What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about the movie Bloodshot starring Vin Diesel because only 11 days after making its theatrical debut, it will be going to digital release, which is pretty crazy. And obviously, this was in the very unfortunate position of being released right as the coronavirus pandemic really accelerated worldwide and everyone started closing down virtually everything. Now, I actually went and saw this movie, and I'll give my thoughts on it after we cover this little bit in the article here. I went and saw this movie 2 days ago because I thought it may be my last chance to go to the theater for a while. Looks like I was right with what's going on out here in California, where I live right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at this decision to go ahead and say we basically need to cut our losses and just release this so we can get out to the most amount of people digitally. Sony is making Vin Diesel's superhero movie Bloodshot available for purchase on digital March 24th, 11 days after release. Sony will make Vin Diesel's Bloodshot movie available beginning March 24th, with the coronavirus pandemic resulting in theater chains closing down around the world in order to avoid contributing to the spread of the virus. Hollywood studios are taking steps to make their recent releases available to watch at home. Now, Universal took some steps a couple days ago, including The Invisible Man, Emma, and The Hunt available on demand starting Friday. Similarly, Warner Brothers bumped up the home release date for Birds of Prey, which I know everyone's really excited about, to next week, Tuesday, March 24th. With the domestic box office having dropped to a 20-year low even before everything closed. That's the thing. You know, this opening weekend was part of the lowest box office weekend in 20 years before they even really started closing things down, just because of people isolating themselves by themselves, being careful of what was going on. So you knew this was basically going to happen, and it's unfortunate for the movie. Now, an adaptation of the Valiant comic book series, the film stars Diesel as a soldier who is killed then resurrected as a super warrior powered by nanotechnology. For those who have been wanting to watch the film but didn't want to venture out, we have good news. You will be able to purchase it digitally if you want. And here's the statement from Sony chairman. Sony Pictures is firmly committed to theatrical exhibition, and we support windowing. This is a unique and exceedingly rare circumstance where theaters have been required to close nationwide for the greater good, and Bloodshot is abruptly unavailable in any medium. Audiences will now have the chance to own Bloodshot right away and see it at home, where we are all spending more time. We're confident that, like any other business hit hard by the virus, movie theaters will bounce back strongly, and we will be there to support them. And it is unfortunate for Bloodshot, a movie that had a budget of about $45 million, which likely means they spent somewhere between $65 and $70 million when you include marketing. It's only made almost $25 million at the worldwide box office. That is likely all it's going to make, to be quite honest. So it's unfortunate for a movie like this, and I did go and see this movie. Now, Bloodshot wasn't some masterpiece or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, but I will say I enjoyed myself watching it. Now, whether that was because I knew in my heart that this was the last movie I'd be able to watch at a theater for a long time or not, I'm not sure if I can really answer that, but it was almost refreshing for something to be such a simple, standalone little action movie. Brought me back to a couple decades ago before everything became so complicated and before all of our media was inundated with messaging in one way, shape, or form. I'm not going to get into spoilers or anything because hopefully you guys are interested in watching it and maybe want to purchase it digitally or whatever. But it's just a movie about a guy with a very understandable drive. And that's about family and about revenge for something that happens to his family. So, although that may be a cliched storyline that's been played through a lot, it was something that was strangely refreshing to see. Some cool action. There was some bad CGI near the end. That would be my main criticism of this movie, is there were some really bad CGI parts that I don't feel were really necessary for the movie. There were some really good CGI parts as well, but when they got out in an all-out battle near the end, there was some really rough stuff that kind of took it down a little bit. We even see that in mega blockbusters like Black Panther. If you remember this action scene at the end of Black Panther, that looked like absolute garbage. Looked like a PS2 cutscene. So that's not necessarily unheard of in Hollywood right now, even for the big productions like the MCU. But I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. and it's just unfortunate that it had to release right when it did. It's basically been effectively neutered. It came out too early for them to really delay it, and it came out too late for it to make any money at the box office. But it's unfortunately going to be something we're going to get used to with some of the things. Obviously, Onward is one of those, a Disney release project that's not going to make any money now. Regardless of how much it was going to make beforehand, because there was a little bit of controversy, it's not going to make anything now. And Hollywood's going to have to adjust. Movie theaters are going to have to adjust. We'll see how long this panic kind of remains in the world and when everything can start getting back to normal. But that will be seen another time. If you were interested in Bloodshot with Vin Diesel, don't go in expecting a great movie, but it was just kind of fun. It's just kind of fun action movie that kind of put me back a couple decades ago before everything was so complicated. But let me know your thoughts if you were one of the few people that did get to see Bloodshot, or if you're interested in it releasing on digital, and about this whole situation for Hollywood. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.